probably feeling something, looking at the words and hearing the words, Sarah Palin. Love, fear, disgust, it's okay, feel your feelings. We're all in this together. Tonight I'm going to take you back to 2008 when Sarah Palin gave her Republican Party vice presidential nomination acceptance address, the old pitbull and lipstick speech. In it, she says, you know, they say the only difference between a hockey mom and a pitbull, lipstick. 6 years ago, I began writing what would eventually be 100 pages of rhetorical analysis on her speech. Thank you. It was a long road. But I argue that Sarah Palin gave one hell of a speech that night in 2008. Tonight, I'm going to share with you the 3 things that Sarah Palin taught me about life that influenced my life as an academic, as well as my career in marketing. First, understand your audience. When Sarah Palin got up on that stage, not many people knew who she was. She kind of popped up out of nowhere outside of Alaska, but she really connected with her audience and had complete command. Part of my study was looking at the speech through using a rhetorical model. So I looked at her credibility as a speaker, her emotional appeals, and her arguments. Her credibility, she really built up that small town, you know, PTA mom kind of charm. Her emotional connection with stories about her family, her community, really bolstered that pathos, as well as the Republican Party's platform. And she talked about McCain's valor and Obama's lack of experience, which really upped the logos. And love it or hate it, it actually worked. 37.2 million people tuned in. That was more than our friend Joe Biden, more than the Olympics opening ceremonies that year, the Oscars, and the American Idol season finale. So that's pretty impressive. A lot of people tuned in to see what was going to happen. There she is. Hey. And she really, you know, taught me that marketing is nothing if not understanding your audience, truly understanding them, and giving them the right message at the right time. Now, Sarah Palin, secondly, committing to authenticity. She has a very particular kind of authentic and real, from the way she speaks, to her language, to her rimless frames on her glasses. She's a particular kind of authentic. She's one of us. Look, she cooks. In her speech, she says, that luxury jet, I put it on eBay. It was over the top. And in one of her most memorable lines from that night, you know, Americans, we need to produce more of our own oil and gas. And take it from a gal who knows the North Slope of Alaska, we got lots of both. And as a gal, Palin successfully navigated the competing roles that women are often forced to play in politics. You know, she plays this kind of rough and tumble, gun-toting gal who's also feminine, a pioneer and a beauty queen. Now, I am authentic in a very different way than Sarah Palin. There's not as much firearms in my life, but I've learned that I really just need to be real. Finally, know when to stop. So we all know that the discourse around Sarah Palin has changed significantly over the years since she gave that speech. You know, Obama won, McCain lost, and she just kept right on talking. She gave us gems like, I can see Russia from my house, just classic stuff. I studied her speech in a very fixed particular point in history, so I didn't necessarily need to look at all the stuff that came after. But I have paid particular attention. You know, there's thousands of websites and thousands of people who think that it's a good idea to do Sarah Palinisms. Thousands of people. Think of all the good that energy could be put toward. But it's interesting. It's interesting to kind of take a look at that. There are also blogs upon blogs of doctored photos, as well as catching her in inopportune, moments. Again, thousands of people. And all of this could be an entire dissertation in visual rhetoric. But all of it started that night in 2008, all of this discourse. And I've learned the lesson that sometimes you just need to stop talking. It's a little difficult for me. I tend to be a bit of an over-communicator, but I try to think before I speak. I argue that Sarah Palin's speech was a resounding success. You may love her, you may hate her, but her rhetoric really struck a chord that night throughout the country. I take 3 things from Sarah Palin that really have influenced me, and I offer them to you tonight. Know your audience, be authentically you, and know when to stop, which for me is right about now. Thank you.